Dear friends, sometimes we just think who I am, what is my identity, what is my purpose, why I have come to this earth, I am supposed to do what, why I am here, am I a spouse, is that my identity, am I a professional, a doctor, engineer, is that my identity? Or I am pretending to be this. I am something different. What actually I am? This may surprise you sometime. This may puzzle you sometime. And when you start looking into the answer of this may mesmerize you as well. Today, in the shortest possible time, let us explore this particular thing. Who am I? Okay, let us examine it and let us understand ourselves more. If I may explain it for you, then I will say you are a self-evolved, self-aware being. Listen it again. You are a self-evolved and self-aware being. Your existence is marked by the continuous quest for understanding, for purpose, and for the betterment of yourself and for your surrounding. So that is you. You are a self-evolved, self-aware being. For our study purpose, your existence is divided into three parts. One is your body, one is your mind, and one is your soul. Let us talk about little bit more all these three things. When we say body, body is your physical aspect of your identity. It has below attribute. It has appearance, which is attribute of like your height, your weight, your hair color, your eye color, your expression. This is your appearance. Your gender, you are a male, female. In this way, this is your identity, the physical aspect of your identity. Your age is a fundamental physical characteristics, and you are divided as young, middle age, or senior. That is also your physical aspect. Number fourth is your health and your physical ability. For example, someone has an athletic body, other person may have a healthy normal condition. This is your physical capability. This is your fitness level and your abilities. Number five is your genetic makeup. For example, every person has a genetic code which is unique to the certain conditions and the personality traits. Another is your physical disability. Some people cannot hear properly. This thing we call physical disability. Then seventh is your race and ethnicity. It is related to your cultural and ancestral background. It is tied to physical characteristics like your skin color, hair texture, and your facial features. Then your physical skills and talent. For example, somebody is an exceptional athlete, somebody is dancer or a musician. So that comes under your physical skills or your talent. My dear friend, this was one part which we call physical aspect of yourself. Now let us examine the another very interesting aspect which we call mind. And listen properly. Here we are talking about your mind. Brain is part of your physical aspect and mind is your intelligence, which is like software and hardware. The hardware of a computer is like brain and the software is mind, which is your intelligence. So you are one part is mind. Mind is the psychological aspect of identity. It includes your personality, it includes your intelligence, it includes your belief, it includes your values, your thought patterns, your emotions, and your intellectual. When we say it includes all these things, let us talk about one sentence each for all these traits. So we say personality. Your personality is developed by your mind, and your personality is your unique set of traits, behaviors, and the characteristics that define your individual distinct way of interacting with the world. Second is your belief. They are deeply held convictions and the principles that guide a person's views and action. When we say value, the core principles and the ideals that shape ethical and moral decisions. They influence how one prioritizes aspect of the life. Then we say thought pattern. They recurring ways in which a person process the information, make reasons and make decision. It is your thought pattern. Then another aspect is your emotions. They are often complex, often fleeting feelings and reactions to stimuli, events or thoughts. Intellectual pursuit. The ongoing quest for knowledge, growth and understanding through the learning and cognitive activities comes under your intellectual pursuit. So that's another part of your self, which is your mind. The third very important aspect of yourself is your soul. You may ask, what is your soul? Your soul is your inner self. Your soul is your inner self. Now the question is, how we can define the soul? How we can see it? And what is the purpose of the soul? The soul plays very simple role, very simple purpose. In today's activity, we have a computer or a laptop, which is a hardware, which we can compare as body. Then the computer has software, which we can compare as a mind or intelligence. But if we see it properly, we will find no computer can work without electricity. This electricity is the source of power to this computer. In the same way, soul is your power. Soul is the power which is giving you energy to move on. The concept of the soul can be more interesting. In this section, let us try to look a closer look about the role of the soul. Soul is a vital force, and as we already said, it is an essential element without which you cannot function the way a computer cannot function without electricity. It does not directly engage with the physical body or the desire of the mind, but it serves a prerequisite for your functioning. That is your soul. Maybe we have heard the word Advaita Vedanta. Advaita Vedanta, in this concept, there is a profound philosophy that teaches us non-dualism. According to Advaita Vedanta, the individual soul, or we call it Atman, is inseparable from the universal consciousness or the Brahman, which is the source of everything to the cosmos. The Brahman or the universal consciousness is the source of everything in the cosmos, and your Atma is inseparable to the universal consciousness. The individual soul, like the electricity in our description, is allow us to function within this reality. Beyond the physical desire, the soul is distinct from our immediate physical body and mental desire. Soul does not engage with the day-to-day activities, your stress, your happiness, your sorrow or your guilt. Instead, your soul it represents a deeper, timeless aspect of the human existence. It is the place of inner serenity. It is free from the constant chatter of the mind and your demands of your daily life. Much like electricity power various devices without being influenced by them, the soul enables us our experiences without being tied to our fleeting desire or the immediate needs. It is important to note the interpretation of the soul does not favor any particular religious or spiritual doctrine, but rather focus on self-awareness and the personal growth. In this understanding, your soul is a universal and inclusive concept that transcends individual belief and background. As we progress on our path to the personal excellence, understanding of the soul role is key. This concept requires introspection and open mind exploration. What we conclude from the topic who I am. Okay, let us read it again together. Say, I am the body, I am this mind, and I am this soul. My existence is defined by a singular purpose, self-development. In my journey, I have realized that my self-development is not a race against others, but rather a personal blossoming, much like a flower. A flower simply blooms alongside other flowers, unconcerned with any competition. I find contentment, happiness, and a sense of bliss in being more than an existence on this planet. I choose to truly live here on the Mother Earth, savoring each moment and progressing to become a better version of myself every day. This is, in a sense, who I am. A self-aware being progressing to become a better version of myself every day. Have a good day. Thank you so much for listening to us.